Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and I just wanted to make a very short video asking a question that I was thinking about the other night. Why does life have to come to an end? Of course, this is an incredibly deep subject, and but it's hard not for many of us to think about sometimes in our life, and especially the Catholic religion, Christianity in general, has a big focus on death. Not for its negative aspects, but just to remind us that we're only here on this earth for a short period of time, relatively speaking. And when we go to receive ashes on Ash Wednesday, the priest says to us, I believe he says, which is from Genesis, I believe, remember, man, that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. And I was just thinking about this the other night, about the apparent injustice of being brought into a world in which we know we are not going to be immortal. Our bodies will die one day, the physical bodies. We will say goodbye to loved ones. One day, our loved ones will say goodbye to us. And we can respond to this in one of two ways. One, we can be afraid of death, and we can be angry at the way the universe was created. Why would this be the case? Why would we be given such a great gift of life? And if God is just, why would it be taken away from us at one point? That's one way to think about it. But I think the correct way to think about it is this life we are living now is one step in the bigger, really, story of who we are, because we are not our bodies. We are souls inhabiting bodies, but then the soul is immortal and the soul lives on, and so we live on because, our hair changes, like our body, skin is dying all the time, and we are being created anew every day, and our bodies will stop functioning one day. But what we really are rests in what is eternal, and if we identify with that, then we will not have a fear of death. We will welcome going to the next step, which in a Christian view we would view as heaven, a reunification with our family, our loved ones. Imagine you're 90 years old and it's been a while since your parents have died, your grandparents. I think I would be ready at one point to see them again, and all I know is everyone who's ever been born has gone to the same place. We can't really describe what that place is or where it is or what it's like, but we're going there too, and we shouldn't be afraid of that. Now, we do have a responsibility to make this life as good as possible for our descendants and for the world and for everything. But I'm reminded of a little card I got from a church here in Rome, and it said something along the lines of Il mio posto non è tra le cose che passano, ma nell'eco della dolce voce di Dio, which is translated as, my place is not among things that pass away, that pass on. My place is found in the sweet voice of God, and that is eternity, and that is immortality. And so, why does life have to have an end? The question that originally started this video. Well, I don't think it does. This life, yes, and it's tragic, it's incredibly deep and beautiful and terrifying and magnificent, and just to think that everything we know and have ever loved, that we think it will die, but when we realize that what we have loved is the eternity within everyone that we have loved, not their body, not even really their personality, but like the spark of light within them, that's when we will lose the fear of death, because all we have to realize is that eternity never dies, and so we will never die. And so hopefully we end on a positive note with that. And I'd welcome your comments in the comment section. I think all of this is eternal, and that is where we find our true identity. And of course, through Jesus Christ our Lord and the eternal God, origin of all things, sustainer of all things, in whom we find our essence.